Countless hours of time in the pool, countless hours in here, making my body stronger, and it's been kind of like a mental thing too, just telling myself like, you're fast enough to be able to compete with those girls that are at other Division I schools that I'll be competing against next year. It was like a big decision of like where I was going to go to school, and Valpo was a great experience on my first initial visit. And then once I met some of the teammates at an invitational that I went and watched, they were also just super inviting. The ability to be able to further my swim career and the equipment that I'm able to use at Valpo, I think can help me make really big strides. 18 months ago, I was diagnosed with a third-degree heart block. They had to put a pacemaker in my chest, and so once I had that surgery done and everything, I started at PSM and getting my shoulder mobility and my shoulder strength back, and now that I have that, making it even stronger than it was before, and really spend the time that I need to be able to compete at the level that I want to compete at. I've been in the pool since I was 6 years old. It's not an easy sport to just pick up and start doing, but if you have the dedication to do it, you can do it just fine.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I moved down here when I was younger. I went to the gym with my brother and my dad. It felt kind of natural. I just had a love for it. I feel like it got serious when I went from probably my 8th grade year to my freshman year. I knew Purdue was home for me because I just felt very comfortable when I got onto the campus and got around all the people and the team. They love me, I love them. And I'm just super excited to play with that group of girls and that group of coaches. Now I'm in here working out and it's helped me get stronger, so I know that's going to help building my muscle, being able to power through defenders, get in the lane, be more confident, finishing at the basket through contacts. When you know you're in here putting the work in, it makes it easier for you to go on the court.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Last year I was on JV and it was the last point of our Snyder match. I just went down and I couldn't move. I could not get back up. And I had torn my ACL, part of my meniscus, and then I also had severe bone bruising. It was kind of tough to just be I can't play volleyball and I really have to work to get back to where I was and try to be better and grow from there. So Dr. Hartswell was the wonderful surgeon who did my knee, and for 2 months between my injury date and my surgery date, I went to TSM sports therapy, and I really got some great care before my surgery that would help me to be stronger afterwards. for about 6.5 months after surgery. I was also with PSM just working to get back and be better. The exercises my physical therapist Will has are really geared toward like his individual patients, and it was just cool to see the different progressions from exercises that I would be doing. And I think that was a big part of like knowing where my progress was and knowing where I stood. There's nothing else that brings me as much joy as volleyball does. Just being able to confidently say I can do this move, or I can do this move, or I feel safe with my knee. I think that was when I really knew that I was like ready to get back out there.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, it is still afternoon. We are here in Woodburn, Indiana at Woodlan High School for this non-conference softball matchup on SummitCitySports.com. And the matchup is the Woodlan Warriors out of the Allen County Athletic Conference and the Churubusco Eagles out of the Northeast Corner Conference. We're close to start time, so I'll go ahead and give you the starting lineup for Churubusco. Second baseman Shelby Tigner leads things off. She'll be followed by the left fielder Bree Hosted. Emma Walters, the pitcher, bats third. Batting cleanup is the shortstop Grace Lawson. Alyssa Marks, the first baseman, bats fifth. She'll be followed by the catcher Lauren Stroder. Gracelyn Jones, the designated pitcher, will bat seventh, and she'll be followed by the right fielder Aaliyah Fleetwood. And rounding out the order is the center fielder Jalen Shively. That'll go ahead and give you the defense for Woodland, what I have time to at least. Lexi Metzger, is the first baseman. Casey Reed is the second baseman. Lillian Riley is the starting third baseman. Starting at short is Terry Crozier, not to be confused with Terry Rozier, basketball point guard. Jade Leasty is the starting left fielder. Starting in center field, Alyssa Harvey. Starting in right field, Olivia Roney. The catcher is Addison Klotz. And Sophia Martin is the starting pitcher for the Woodland Warriors. Well, here are the Churubusco Eagles as they bring Shelby Tigner, the second baseman, to the plate, and she takes the ball down and in. Both these teams are having good seasons this year. Churubusco 3-3 in conference play. Overall, they are 11-6. And they have shown some improvement from last year, a year where they only won 9 games as that ball is knocked up the middle for a base hit. And Tigner with a leadoff single. Go ahead and mention to you right now that we're sticking with this camera angle for this particular game. It's a fairly small press box here at Woodland High School. That is the way the setup works. As Bree Hosted, the left fielder, comes to the plate. She squares to bunt and then pulls it back. Infielders come racing in, and the throw hits Tigner. Time is called. Klotz was trying to get that one to Metzger, the first baseman, on a pickoff play. And it looks as though Tigner is going to walk it off. Thought maybe she might be okay as the first base umpire was cracking a little smile over there. Pitch was a ball. As Phil Nicolette, the head coach, checks on her over there from third base.
One on for the Eagles, the host of the batter.
Popped him up, and that's going out of play. Well, Phil Nicolette did say coming into this game in a pregame email exchange I had with him, Emma Walters was the only pitcher. She had to pitch every game. As that ball is put down right back just away from the mound, it is going to be fielded by Martin, who throws to first for the first out of the inning, but that does move the runner. Again, Phil Nicolette mentioning that Emma Walters was the only pitcher that Churubusco had last year. They've got 2 freshman pitchers who have helped to carry the load, Graceland Jones and Alyssa Marks. And no doubt that's contributed to the 11-6 record that the Eagles currently have. We've seen Martin throw wide of the strike zone a few times. That one upstairs, was able to get it more towards the middle, but it looked like it was letter high, maybe even higher. Meanwhile, Emma Walters at the plate. She puts it on the ground towards short. The runner will hold. It was hit in front of her. And Crozier makes the throw to first for the second out of the inning. That will send Grace Lawson to the plate for the Eagles. Now, Woodlan's had a very good season. 17-2 is their overall record, and this is their second game in a row. They hosted Leo here last night, and that was an extra innings win for the Warriors. First pitch swinging, it's flared into shallow right, and it drops. Tigner comes home. Lawson with the RBI double as she makes her way into second. It's 1-0 Eagles. That was not an easy play. Roney had a chance at it but couldn't make the catch. Lawson with the RBI double. First hit of the game. Pitch called a strike. 2 hits this inning so far for the Eagles. Grounded back up the middle. And the throw from Martin is in time. But the Eagles get the first run of the game, and we'll show to you as much as we can on our replay. Replays are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Grace Lawson just dumped that one into right field, just short of the reach of Olivia Roney. And that was enough to score the run, especially with runners running on contact. That was the situation there with 2 outs in the top of the first, as we will go now to the bottom of the first. Here's the starting lineup for Woodland. Terry Crozier, the shortstop, bats leadoff. She'll be followed by Jade Lichty, the starting left fielder. Alicia Harvey, the center fielder, she'll bat third. Lexi Metzger will bat cleanup, and she's the first baseman. She'll be followed by the number 5 hitter, Casey Reed. Lily Riley, the third baseman, bats 6th. Olivia Roney bats 7th rather. She's the right fielder, position number 9 in the scorebook. Addison Klotz, the catcher, bats 8th, and Brianna Noble is the designated player. She will round out the batting order for the Woodland Warriors. Here's the defense for Churubusco. Alyssa Marks is the first baseman. Second baseman is Shelby Tigner. Shortstop is Grace Lawson. Olivia Conger is the third baseman. She'll be in the field but not batting. Bree Hosted is the starting left fielder. In center field, Jalen Shively, and in right field, Aaliyah Fleetwood. That's the batting order, the defense for Churubusco. They'll have Lauren Stroder behind the plate and Emma Walters doing the pitching. And as Phil Nicolette said in my email exchange with him, Lawson was really the only pitcher that Churubusco had last year, but improved their rotation mainly with some freshmen as that ball is fouled off to the left side. Count will be 0-1 to start things out here with Tori Crozier. And Crozier takes that one inside. That will be ball 1. That pitch misses upstairs. Count goes to 2-1. No rest for the weary if you're Woodlan. They did beat Leo last night, but that was in extra innings. Took 8 innings to complete the game. The final score, I was told 10 innings. Took 10 innings to complete the game. That one's called a strike. And the count runs full. Final score was 6-5 in last night's game, and Woodlan had played Leo on the road earlier this year. The Lions won that one. That one's on the ground, hit towards short. And the throw from Lawson is in time for out number 1. Jade Listy comes to the plate, the lefty, starting in left field tonight for the Warriors. That first pitch is called a strike. Lawson so far has come out and thrown strikes consistently. That's taken off the plate for a called strike. Outside corner. That one even more outside. Slap foul, and that's right over the head of Alyssa Harvey, who's on deck. Of course, every ballpark's different here. At Woodlan, the home team sets up in the third base dugout. The visitors, in this case Churubusco, set up shop in the first base dugout. It's not that way at every ballpark, but here that is the case. Popped up, that's going out of play. I do know for a fact that Indiana Tech at their softball complex, I should say softball field, which is part of the Warrior Park Athletic Complex, the home team sits up in the first base dugout. That's called a strike on the outside corner.
2-2 going, bottom of the first inning.
And Lawson gets the first strike out of the game. That'll send up Alyssa Harvey, the center fielder. That's taken inside, ball 1. Check that, this is Alyssa Harvey at the plate. Lexi Metzger is on deck. That's called a strike. Up the middle, and that is through for a base hit. Alyssa Harvey with the 2-out single.
Right center field for the Warriors. Base runner for Woodlan. Harvey aboard, brings up Lexi Metzger, the first baseman.
And that will send up Lexi Metzger. There goes the runner. Throw down to second. They called her out. Did they call interference? The out call was before the ball was even thrown. Well, that's the end of the first inning. And we are going to go to our next break and then come back for the second inning here on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Well, what we're told is that the runner, Harvey, left early, and that's the reason why she was called out as we now go to the top half of the second inning. Alyssa Marks, the batter. She's ahead in the count 2-0. Move the camera a little bit so hopefully you can see these right-handed batters a little better. Angle's not going to be perfect today, but we're going with what we can as that ball is popped up and out of play. Popped up left side, and that's going to be caught behind the plate. Addison Klotz, the catcher, makes the catch, and that's Lauren Stroder who is out.
Good job, Addie. One up and one gone for the Eagles. Graceland Jones, designated player, step in.
That will send Graceland Jones to the plate. First lefty to come up for Busco in this game so far. And that runs down and away. That'll start the count off at 1-0. Right on the corner. 1-1 the count on Jones. Jones will be followed by Aaliyah Fleetwood here in the top of the second. A little bit too tall. An RBI single by Grace Lawson gave Churubusco their only run of the game so far. There's a lot of softball left to be played today, and these are two good teams. Busco 11-6. Woodlan at 17-2, coming off that huge win last night against Leo. Before that, they had split a doubleheader with Jay County. Ball 4. It's a one-out walk to Graceland Jones. That'll send up Aaliyah Fleetwood. Inside, ball 1. The 1-0 on the way. Able to hold up her swing was Fleetwood. Oh, no, they called a strike in the zone. She held up her swing, but the call was that it was in the strike zone. Fleetwood, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Throw back to first, going for the pickoff. They don't get it. Jones is back safe. The pitch was a ball, make it 2-1 on Aaliyah Fleetwood. Pop fly left side, it's foul, and it's going to drop. Phil Nicolette, all he had to do was just walk out of the way. He said this about Woodlan, quote, Woodlan's offense is always a challenge for any team, and the best you can hope for is to limit it and hope they don't get the key 2-out hits and that they leave some base runners on. Well, Woodlan did leave a base runner on in the bottom of the first. Busco got the leadoff single from Shelby Tigner in the first, and then Grace Lawson got her home with the RBI. That's on the ground, through third, bobbled it short, no play. It would have been a tough play for Crozier, so I think that's going to be scored as a hit. An infield single for Aaliyah Fleetwood, and now Jalen Shively, the number 9 hitter in the order, comes up. Too tall. Or she might not be able to see this from here, but out behind the fence there is a farm field, a field that has grown both corn and soybeans. I've seen that often, or a couple of times, from Woodlan's high school football field, Etzler Field. It's almost reminiscent of Field of Dreams, only it's not a ball field in the middle of the corn. It's a ball field adjacent to the corn. That's going to roll foul. Metzger let it roll into foul territory before she got the glove on it. Now, sure, had she fielded that in fair territory, could have stepped on the bag at first, but then at the same time, you get 2 runners moving up. That ball is lined foul. You'd have 2 runners moving up an extra 60 feet, runner to third and runner to second. So Metzger makes the wise decision to let it go. Didn't even have to decide on that last one. 2-2 the count. Off the plate, the count runs full. A walk to Jones and a hit by Fleetwood so far this inning for the Eagles. Popped him up, and that's out of play. Shively battling. She's the starting center fielder for Churubusco. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Busco.
Shively heads down to first base, loads the bases for the Eagles. Move up to second.
That'll bring the Eagles back to the top of the order. Shelby Tigner.
Third, second, and first, top of the order. Shelby Tigner will step to the plate.
Last time up for Tigner, she got a leadoff single to start the first inning. She gets a single right here. It's at least a run, maybe 2. That's upstairs. Churubusco with a chance to break it open. Just 1 out. This ball is laced down the left field line, but foul. But again, just 1 out. The base is loaded. 2 walks here this inning for the Eagles at the plate. The 1 hit belongs to Aaliyah Fleetwood. She stands on second right now. So far, Busco's out-hit Woodlan 3-1. Laced up the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run will come home. That is it, but Tigner does the job. Shelby Tigner 2 for 2 in the ballgame as Jones comes home. And now a little mound visit, and we might be getting a pitching change. We are indeed. We'll tell you more about that when we come back. You're watching high school softball on SummitCitySports.com.
ago, I was diagnosed with a third-degree heart block. They had to put a pacemaker in my chest, and so once I had that surgery done and everything, I started at PSM and getting my shoulder mobility and my shoulder strength back, and now that I have that, making it even stronger than it was before and really spend the time that I need to be able to compete at the level that I want to compete at. I've been in the pool since I was 6 years old. It's not an easy sport to just pick up and start doing, but if you have the dedication to do it, you can do it just fine.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Well, a dangerous spot for Woodlan here. Not only do they trail 2-0, but Busco's got the bases loaded here with just one out in the top of the second. New pitcher is Peyton Emmenheiser. Right now, all the runners on base are the responsibility of Sophia Martin. As the first pitch is taken downstairs. Two walks so far this inning for Churubusco. Those are the only walks that they've drawn in the game. But Churubusco has out-hit Woodlan 4-1 to this point as this pitch is fouled off. Sounds like Emmenheiser was the starting pitcher in last night's game against Leo, which was a 6-5 10-inning win as this ball goes out of play. Count will go to 1-2 on Bree Hosted. Hosted put down a bunt her last time up. Not surprisingly, she's not squaring here with the bases loaded. You wouldn't think she would be with 2 strikes. It's a swing and a miss instead, and that's a huge strikeout for Emmenheiser and the Warriors. That'll send Emma Walters to the plate. She grounded out to first her last time up. Grounded out to short her last time up. Puts that one on the ground, but foul. Little soccer-style stop there by Phil Nicolette. Churubusco's first run came with 2 outs. Here in the second inning, they got one with just 1 out. So far, Emmenheiser doing a good job finding the strike zone. She's gotten out number 2. Can she finish this inning with the final out? She does. Called strike 3. Emmenheiser asked to finish off the inning and limit the damage. She does just that.
1 run for the Eagles in the top of the second inning.
The Eagles do add to their lead. They now lead it 2-0. They've scored a run in each inning so far, and as we get ready to go to the bottom of the second inning, we will get some words in from our sponsors that allow us to do the games that we get to do on SummitCitySports.com. Big-Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big-Eyed Fish. New state-of-the-art car wash facilities, free car washes when you buy from Kelly Automotive. ShopDriveKelly.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Earn your edge this season. Parkview Sports Medicine's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation.
I think that's where leads off for the Warriors home half inning number 2.
We begin the second inning as Woodlan finds themselves behind. That's a ground ball hit towards short, and Lawson gathers, makes the throw to first to retire Lexi Metzger. Metzger did not get to finish her at bat in the first inning, but it's 1 pitch, 1 out to start the second. The reason she did not get to finish her at bat in the first inning was because Alyssa Harvey tried to steal second but left too early. Casey Reed comes to the plate. First pitch swinging, and that is over the bag. That's a base hit. And now Reed going for 2. She's got it. That ball snuck over the bag. Conger tried to backhand it and didn't play it correctly.
Casey Reed goes down the third baseline into left field with a base hit. A stand-up double for the Warriors' second baseman, with the runner in scoring position for Woodlan. Third baseman, 25, Lillian Riley.
It does go as a double for Reed as she hit it down the line. Lillian Riley will come to the plate. First pitch is downstairs for ball 1. Woodlan held scoreless in the first inning, but trying to bounce back from that here in the second. Perhaps hoping that the pitching change makes a difference. On the inside corner, and that's called a strike. Head coach Shelby Gick had this to say about last night's win against Leo. Quote, "I am so proud of my girls for how they played. They had the understanding that we had to fight back 1 run at a time and work together to get runners on and keep moving them. I'm very impressed with our young pitching continuing to develop in big game situations and my defense being ready to give 100% to back them up. The entire team contributed and found ways to put pressure on Leo." That's the end of that quote, and just in time, apparently, just in time for a foul ball.
Here we go, Lil.
And Shelby Gick telling Lily Riley to protect. Those of you not familiar with softball or baseball, what she means is she's got to be swinging at anything close here with the 2-strike count. And she does, and she lifts that one into left field. That's going a long way, and it is off the wall. Coming in to score from second is Reed. Riley stops at first. She gets the run home for Woodlan.
All drive, all single out to left field. Reed to make sure it drops in before she takes off. Comes around third, scores the run for the Warriors.
Sounds like Reed was waiting at second to see if the ball dropped, as Bree Hosted did track it quite some ways. First pitch swinging, and that's flared to center field and caught just into the outfield grass. That's Tigner who makes the catch, and there's the second out of the inning. Woodlan's on the board, as Addison Klotz, the catcher, will step to the plate. First pitch swinging, that's popped up in foul ground and dropped. Marks was tracking it but couldn't make the catch. I say she dropped it. That was not an easy catch reaching over the shoulder.
Cut in half, Addie. Line drives. No pop-ups. Let's go.
The 0-1 on the way, and that's upstairs. Emma Walters did manage to ultimately get Woodlan down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the first, but here in the second, some good swings by the Warriors and good contact as well. But it's a 1-2 count with 2 down. Klotz takes to keep the at-bat alive. Two popped out of play. That was what Coach Gick was telling Olivia Roney moments ago. You got to protect with a 2-strike count. That's what Klotz did on that last pitch. She'll get one more. And even one more after that as she fouls it off. Pitch had some tail to it. Ball 4.
Klotz has down first base. It'll move up Riley to second. 2-4 with the Warriors. Only half of the second inning.
9-hole hitter Brianna Noble.
They're on. A run in for the Warriors.
9-hole hitter Brianna Noble coming to the plate. She is the designated player. And now Shelby Gick wants a courtesy runner for her catcher.
Scarlett Gillingham on the run. Gillingham will take over the courtesy runner for the Warrior catcher. Gillingham takes over for Klotz. Riley and Gillingham.
Scarlett Gillingham, number 23 on the roster, a freshman.
And a Noble the batter.
Will do the running. Now, you can't see the 23. You couldn't see it even if you were here because she's got a jacket on. A run-in already for the Warriors, and they've been a little bit more aggressive at the plate this inning, and that aggression has paid off. And when I say aggressive, I don't necessarily mean that they're swinging at the first pitch or swinging at wild pitches or anything like that, but they've looked for pitches to hit, and they've swung the bat when they've gotten something that was close to the plate or close to the zone and made good contact even with 2 strikes. You saw that with Klotz just a moment ago. Slap foul and out of play as Noble does fall behind 1-2. That happened with Klotz, though, and she managed to fight off several pitches and draw a walk. Flared into right field. That's playable, and Fleetwood puts an end to the second inning. That will take us to the end of the second inning. Churubusco leads it, but Woodlan's on the board 2-1. When we return, we'll have the third inning here on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Now I'm in here working out, and it's helping me get stronger, so I know that's going to help building my muscle, being able to power through defenders, you get in the lane, be more confident, finishing at the basket through contacts. When you know you're in here putting the work in, it makes it easier for you to go on the court.
Well, Peyton Emmenheiser is back out there on the bump. She did her job when she came in the second inning. Her job was to throw strikes and try and get Woodlan out of a jam, and she did that. Came up with 2 big strikeouts of Hosted and Walters. And Busco will have Grace Lawson and Alyssa Marks coming to the plate. Lawson had an RBI single her last time up. She swings at the first pitch she gets. That's backhanded at short. Crozier with a throw. It's offline. Takes Metzger off the bag. And I believe that's going to be scored as a hit. So Lawson 2 for 2 in the game as Marks comes to the plate. So far she's 0 for 1. She squares to bunt, looking to move that runner, but the pitch is upstairs. Phil Nicolette gives the call to Lawson over there at first. Alyssa Marks, the starting first baseman for Busco. She'll square again. She puts it down, short bunt. Throw is going to go to first. And Klotz's throw is in time to get the out, but Marks does the job. That'll send Lauren Stroder, the catcher, to the plate. She popped up behind the plate her last time up. Her catching counterpart, Addison Klotz, made the catch behind the plate. 1 on, 1 out for Busco. First pitch misses up and away. On the ground to third. Riley looked the runner over at second, goes to first to get the second out. Lawson will stay put. Graceland Jones will come up. Churubusco only went 9-16 last year. They've improved greatly this year. They're 11-6, so they've already improved off of last year's win total. On the ground, hit to second. Throw goes to first, and that will bring an end to the top of the third. A scoreless inning for Woodlan defensively, and they'll come to the plate in the bottom of the third when we return.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
Churubusco leads 2-1, and they are going to have a busy week next week. At this point, Busco has games scheduled for every day of the week. They kick it off with a road game against Lakewood Park Christian on Monday. They'll go on the road to play Prairie Heights on Tuesday. On Wednesday, they go to Heritage. They're back home on Thursday, taking on Westview. Back home again on Friday, taking on Concordia. This is Terry Crozier, the batter, to lead things off here in the bottom of the third. She is the leadoff hitter in the order for Woodlan. And she laces that one down the line, but it's foul. Got out in front of it, but couldn't find fair territory. 0-2 the count on Crozier, and Shelby Gick was emphasizing earlier, you got to protect, and that's what she wants Crozier to do here. She takes ball one. One, two on the way, and that's upstairs. Let you know what Woodlan has coming up after this game in just a moment. They've got an out-of-state trip coming up. Tell you more about that as Crozier lifts a fly ball into left field, and that's caught out in left center by Jaden Shively. I mentioned earlier that Woodlan's got an out-of-state trip coming up on Monday. They're going to play Antwerp over in the great state of Ohio. And that'll be followed by a road game against South Adams. They'll get Wednesday off and then host Southern Wells, and that'll be on Thursday. On Friday, the Warriors go on the road to take on the Carroll Chargers. Chargers having a real good season this year. It's down and away to Jade Listy. Listy struck out her last time up. She slaps that one foul. We have seen the Warriors make good contact over the course of this game so far. That's down and away. You can hear a little groan from Walters there on the mound as she's trying to locate the strike zone. Starting to have trouble doing so on this at-bat with Listy. Slap the other way to short, and Lawson's throw is in time. Close, but in time. That'll send Alyssa Harvey to the plate. Harvey singled her last time up, but after that she tried to steal second. She was called out because she left the bag too early. That pitch tailed inside. It's called strike one. That runs off the plate. If Harvey were to reach base, Lexi Metzger would be the next one to hit for the Warriors. Down and in, 2-1 the count.
Be on time.
3-1. Ball four. It's a two-out walk to Harvey, and Metzger will come to the plate. Well, Harvey reaches base for the second time in this game. Warriors got runners to first and second with two outs in the second. That pitch was a little bit upstairs. They had Harvey go for second last time Metzger was up. Gets in a sprinter stance over there at first. And that is foul, landed just to the left of the bag. And the count goes to 1-1. Well, Casey Reed doubled down that line earlier. Got it past the reach of Conger over there at third base. Up the middle, base hit. Two-out single, Metzger.
Moves up Harvey to second base, and the Warriors with a pair on in the bottom of the third inning.
And the Warriors will send up Casey Reed. She doubled down the line her last time up. Got it just past Conger's reach, and Conger playing very close to that bag over at third base. But there is a lot of space up the middle. Reed goes the other way. It's foul. Lawson playing about halfway between the bag at second and the bag at third. Second baseman Shelby Tigner playing not quite halfway between first and second, but close to halfway. And again, all that to say there is a lot of space up the middle. Now you can have in mind where you want to go with the ball. Not quite so easy to put it there as Reed pops that up and out of play. Popped up, and that's going out of play. Well, so far Reed has fought off everything.
Cut in half, babe. Cut in half.
She's got an 0-2 count with two down, but a scoring chance for the Warriors. Up the middle, diving attempt, and that one gets through. They're going to send the runner. Harvey is in. Tigner couldn't field it cleanly, and we are tied in Woodburn. Harvey scores. Metzger takes third. It's an RBI single for Casey Reed and a huge two-out knock for the Warriors. Lillian Riley coming to the plate. And up until that at bat, she had the only RBI of the game. We'll have a little mound visit, and that's Phil Nicolette coming out of the dugout. See if he makes a pitching change here.
Sectional play comes up here in the end of May, starting May the 26th.
We'll take a look at our most recent replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Reed found a soft spot up the middle there to the right of the bag at second, and not an easy play either for Tigner. She dives and cannot get it. It gets the run home, and now the go-ahead run is at third for Lillian Riley. Looks like it is Metzger, who is the first baseman, still running over there at third. And, of course, Reed at first after that single. Riley steps out of the box. That's called a strike. Count starts out at 0-1. That's upstairs. Count goes to 1-1. Riley the batter right now, and if she gets aboard, Olivia Roney, the right fielder, would be next to hit. On the ground towards short. Lawson to first in time. But the Warriors get the tying run home. It's a 2-2 game as we go to the fourth inning. You're watching high school softball on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
We go to the fourth inning. Woodlan has tied the game. Casey Reed with the RBI single with 2 outs. Churubusco got a run in the first, a run in the second, and Woodlan has slowly but surely chipped away to even up the score. They had an extra innings win last night against the Leo Lions. Leo's got a big week coming up in softball next week. That includes a home game against Columbia City and a road game against Eastside. As Aaliyah Fleetwood leads things off here in the top of the fourth. Fleetwood 1 for 1 so far with a single. And down the line for a base hit. Fleetwood real close to the line, and Riley off the line there. It's a leadoff single. Fleetwood takes advantage of where Riley was, not hugging the bag there. Jalen Shively will come to the plate with 1 on and nobody out. Well, right after Woodlan took the lead, or tied the game rather, there in the third, Busco looking to take the lead right back. They got the leadoff hitter aboard in the first inning and again in the second. Excuse me, in the third they got the leadoff hitter aboard. That was Lawson's single. Shively squared to bunt. Throw comes back to first. It's bobbled. Fleetwood's back in safely, and Fleetwood apparently didn't see the ball wander. One and one, I believe, is the count. Shively walked her last time up. They had her squaring to bunt on that last pitch. We'll see if she does it again. She will. Corner infielders come in. That's strike two. Metzger came in a long way over there at first, and you did see Riley playing in at third base. No bunt this time. It's fouled off. Of course, the risk of bunting with two strikes is if you bunt it foul, it's a strikeout. Popped up toward first. Oh, Metzger couldn't catch it. She could have gone to second. Now she will go to second, and the tag is made by Crozier, the shortstop. That is the most interesting, perhaps hair-raising double play you will see. And that looked like disaster for the Warriors. It's officially a 3-6 double play. And it clears the bags for the Eagles. Popped up down the right field line, and that's going to drop foul. Let's take another look at this replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. You might not see it on your screen. You will see it. Metzger looked like she had it. Ball dropped right behind her. She goes and tags the bag at first. Lucky for her, Fleetwood had not wandered that far off the bag, so she's able to make the throw to short and allow Crozier to make the tag. That's foul. Oh, 2 on the way, and that's upstairs. Peyton Emmenheiser, meanwhile, still on the mound. She's officially pitched an inning and a third so far. That one runs up and away. That slapped foul just above the glove of Klotz behind the plate. Keeps the count at 2-2. Line drive into center field, but caught by Harvey, who ranges to her left. Tigner flies out to end the top of the fourth. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth here in just a moment. See the score and the hit totals even for both Busco and Woodlan. Busco with 2 runs on 5 hits. Woodlan with 2 runs on 5 hits. Woodlan has scored in each of the last 2 innings. And for the most part, Emmenheiser, since coming into the game, has done a good job finding the strike zone. That was a struggle early on for Sophia Martin, but Emmenheiser has come in and pounded the zone quite well and got the fly out. Didn't get any strikeouts that inning, but got the fly out to end the frame. So we'll go ahead and get a few more words in from our sponsors that allow us to call these games on SummitCitySports.com. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweiler Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process, from bid to build. Visit OttenweilerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Meanwhile, it looks like we do have a pitching change. Couple of changes, in fact. Gracelyn Jones is now pitching. I was told 6 for 8. 6 is Olivia Conger. She was the third baseman. It looks like over at third it's going to be Alyssa Marks. Yeah, so it's Marks who moves from first to third. Shelby Tigner now behind the plate. His first pitch has popped up and out of play. Tigner quick to get the mask off. Trying to get a look at who the first baseman is now. That was where Marks was. She's now at third. That's either 23 or 25. It's got to be 23 who's at first. That'd be Stroder, Lauren Stroder. Swing and a miss. And the count will go to 1-2. Slap foul and out of play. So I imagine Walters will still hit in the batting order as the designated player now. Jones was the designated player. Now she goes to the bump. Walters is third in the batting order for Busco in this game. Popped up to the outfield grass, and that will be caught just beyond the foul line. It had been Tigner who was at second base, so couldn't tell what the number was there at second. That's a lot of changes for Churubusco there in that inning. Grace Lawson, I was told, had moved from short to second. That's Roney who pops up. And Addison Klotz at the plate for Woodlan. Swing and a miss, little breaking ball there. Count goes to 1-1. That's upstairs. Count goes to 2-1. And a lot of space up the middle. Of course, even if you're looking to go up the middle, not always easy to do that. But chances are Klotz is probably looking to hit this ball up the middle, because if she gets a line drive up the middle, ball on the ground up the middle, as long as it gets past the mound, it's probably a hit. That one's outside. 3-2 the count on Klotz. She walked her last time up. Still trying to get a look at who that is over at short. There have been almost a wholesale defensive change by Churubusco here in the bottom of the fourth. Well hit fly ball into center field. Really well hit. It is gone! Addison Klotz. Go-ahead home run. She'll touch them all. And a celebration at the plate as Woodlan takes the lead. Addison Klotz going yard. And it is Conger who moves from third to short. She was not in the batting order. On the ground and foul. This is Brianna Noble who's at the plate. Slapped up the middle, base hit. They get the home run from Klotz and a runner aboard as the 9-hole hitter, Brianna Noble, comes up with a single. Hit number 7 for Woodlan.
Base hit by Noble with the runner on for the Warriors in the top of the order. Will come to
That'll send Tori Crozier to the plate. She's 0 for 2 so far, but Woodlan seems to have a little bit of momentum right now. We're down 2-0. They've scored a run in each of the last 3 innings. Oh, she left too early.
Dang, Bowman. What are you doing out there?
Brianna Noble, they say, left too early over at first, so she's out on what would have been a base hit. For Tori Crozier.
At first base, relieving Ole for out number 2. Crozier the batter.
Fly ball well hit into center field again. Hit really well, but this time it's caught as Shively tracks it down right on the track. Woodlan does take the lead. We will show you the replay when we come back for the 5th inning. Right now it's 3-2 in favor of Woodlan on SummitCitySports.com.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
Well, Woodlan takes the lead. And they take the lead on a solo home run by Addison Klotz. We'll show it to you right here on the replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Dead center field and right over the wall. Klotz goes yard to give the Warriors the lead, and it's a celebration at home plate. Emmenheiser remains on the mound. And she will face Bree Hosted, Emma Walters, and Grace Lawson.
Bree Hosted leads off in the top of inning number 5 for the Eagles.
I was told 19 for 11. First pitch downstairs for a ball. So I believe that's Martin going to short for Crozier. On the ground, right back to the mound, and Emmenheiser throws, gets the out at first. Emma Walters will come to the plate. Pitch on the way, and that's at the bottom of the zone for a called strike. On the ground to short. Fielded at short by Crozier, and it's in time. Walters grounds out, and that will send Grace Lawson to the plate for the Eagles. Alyssa Marks would hit next if we were to get that far. So far, Lawson has an RBI single. She's actually 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. She sends that fouling out of play. And I tell you what, Emmenheiser has done a real good job on the mound. She's been able to find the strike zone consistently, and so far just the 2 strikeouts for her. But she's forced Busco to put the ball in play, and a lot of times Busco has found the Woodland leather. Too high, 2-1. Swing and a miss, and the count goes even at 2 apiece. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout for Emmenheiser. Her 3rd of the game since she's come in. 1, 2, 3 go the Eagles. And the Warriors will bring up their 2, 3, and 4 hitters when we start the bottom of the 5th. In the meantime, a few more words from our sponsors. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs from the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. Gracelyn Jones, the freshman, remains on the bump for Churubusco as the first pitch is taken upstairs for ball 1. Jade Listy, 0 for 2 so far, but she's ahead in this count 2-0. Been fairly even hit-wise. Woodland has 7 hits to 5 for Busco as that pitch misses, or does not miss rather. It catches the zone. And the count goes to 2-1. Warriors coming off a extra innings win against the Leo Lions. So far they've split a regular season series with the Lions. They lost at Leo but beat the Lions right here last night. I tell you what, that's an impressive press box that they've got over at Leo. Upgraded it in recent years. Same with the baseball field, as that's a leadoff walk to Jade Listy. And Alyssa Harvey will come to the plate. She's 1 for 1 with a single. She walked in the 3rd and eventually scored off of Casey Reed's RBI single. That's called a strike on the corner. Popped up, and that's going out of play. They'll run the count to 0-2. off the plate. And that's going to be ball one. Swing and a miss. There goes the throw down to second. And into second is Listy with a stolen base. Harvey is retired on the strikeout. But a run in scoring position as Metzger comes to the plate. She's 1 for 2 so far. She flares this one the other way. Back to the bag goes Listy, and it's dropped. Not an easy catch. That will be a base hit. They're going to send the runner. Listy coming home. She's in, and it's a triple for Metzger. Again, not an easy catch out there in right field for Fleetwood. Had to reach over her shoulder to make the catch. Looked like she tracked it down, but again, not an easy catch out there in right field. And here comes Casey Reed, already with an RBI in this ball game. And the first pitch she sees is downstairs. Shelby Gick telling her to look for her pitch. And right now with no strikes, you can afford to do that. But she's looking for something she can drive, and that was not it. 2-0. And you take those walks, you take those pitches upstairs. The downside, though, of a walk here is it doesn't move the runner and keeps a double play in order. But Woodland does have a run across the board here in the fifth inning. Little by little, they've chipped away. They were down 2-0 early. Got a run in the second, a run in the third, a homer, solo homer in the fourth. So far, they've got one here in the fifth as this one is popped up and out of play. Of course, at this point, a sac fly still in order.
Find some green here, Casey.
And again, Reed having a good day already. She's 2 for 2. She did get an RBI single her last time up. A single here would be the same result. In the dirt, that's ball 3. Payoff pitch. Up the middle into center field. Runner has to tag. It's caught. Metzger is coming home, and she is in. Sliding in safely on a sac fly.
Casey Reed drive ball to center field. Taking change at 2 on the out. Tagging and scoring. Metzger from third base. Now he's going to run on the board on the sacrifice fly. Brings up Lily and Riley.
Well, Reed now 2 for 3, but she does get the RBI with the sacrifice fly. And it's a 5-2 lead for the Woodland Warriors as Lillian Riley will step to the plate. And she takes that one on the top of the zone for a called strike. Riley 1 for 2 with a single, RBI single. That was in the second. That was with 2 outs. It was one of back-to-back hits. Casey Reed got the hit right before Riley got hers. A swing and a miss there, and that was a big cut. 0-2 the count. Lace the other way, and that is going to drop for a base hit. A 2-out single for Lillian Riley. Olivia Roney will come to the plate. And on deck is Addison Klotz. She's the catcher, and she's in a situation that no catcher likes to be in. 2 outs in the on-deck circle. Not that she doesn't like being in the on-deck circle, and, well, this is why she doesn't like being in the on-deck circle with 2 outs, because that's the end of the inning, and she's got to get the rest of her gear on. It's a pop-out for Roney, but it's a 2-run inning for the Warriors, and they lead it 5-2 as we go to the 6th. You're watching high school softball on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Now I'm in here working out, and it's helping me get stronger, so I know that's going to help building my muscle, being able to power through defenders, get in the lane, be more confident, finishing at the basket through contacts. When you know you're in here putting the work in, it makes it easier for you to go on the court.
Alyssa Marks will lead things off for the Churubusco Eagles. Peyton Emmenheiser remains on the mound for Woodlan, trying to make it back-to-back wins and back-to-back nights. Before Thursday, Woodlan split a doubleheader with Jay County, but last night they knocked off the Leo Lions right here at this very field. First pitch is on the corner for a called strike. Marks technically 0 for 2 so far. She did put down a sack bunt. She's been retired both times she's been at the plate, and she's behind in this count 0-2. On the ground to short, off the glove, recovered. Safe. Metzger's foot came off the bag. It was a good recovery by Crozier, but Metzger's foot came off the bag. And here's Lauren Stroder coming to the plate. Stroder moved to first base after starting the game behind the plate for the Eagles. She takes a first pitch strike. Well, as it is, the potential tying run potentially is on deck. I say potential because right now there's only one runner on base. But Stroder squares to bunt. She did not square on the first pitch she saw. Kick in the 1-1, and that's fouled. Came close to that pitch camera there on the right side of the fence. Of course, our camera's here in the press box. Should be well out of danger's way. Here's the 1-2 to Stroder, and that's in the dirt, 2-2. Emmenheiser's pitched well. She came in with the bases loaded, and the Warriors down 2-0 in the top of the second. There's just one out in that situation. She got back-to-back strikeouts. And that pitch upstairs. Payoff pitch laced down the left field line, but it is foul.
Absolutely foul.
Jade Lichty gave a long run over in left field, but couldn't track it down. Stroder remains alive, officially 0 for 2 with a pop out and a ground out. But she's got a chance to bring the tying run to the plate. That ball's popped up. Caught at shortstop. That's Crozier who makes the catch. And one out here in the top of the 6th. And Graceland Jones was scheduled to hit. She will be hit 4 here. That's Lydia Parker, who stands at the plate, as Churubusco will report the change to the umpire. Been a lot of changes by Churubusco defensively in this game.
1 down, 1 on, top of inning number 6.
They come into this game at 11-6 on the season. Eagles have definitely improved off of last year, where they went 9-16. In fact, it's been a while since Busco had its first winning season. They haven't locked that up yet this year, but a good start to the season for the Eagles so far. On the ground, bobbled at third, throw comes to second. They'll get the lead runner. Riley able to stick with it and get the lead runner at second. Inning not over, but that is the second out. Officially go 5-4 on the fielder's choice. And Aaliyah Fleetwood is set to bat next. And yes, that is Fleetwood who's at the plate, the sophomore for Churubusco. Eagles going with the gray pinstripe uniforms. It's not quite a color rush game. That ball's grounded right to first, bobbled at first, and Metzger had a sure out, but how about that? Backing her up was Reed, and she steps on the bag for the final out of the inning. Casey Reed backing up her first baseman. Technically, that'll go 3-4 on the putout. And it remains 5-2 in favor of Woodlan. We will be right back for the bottom of the 6th inning in just a moment.
Months ago, I was diagnosed with a 3rd-degree heart block. They had to put a pacemaker in my chest, and so once I had that surgery done and everything, I started at PSM and getting my shoulder mobility and my shoulder strength back, and now that I have that, making it even stronger than it was before and really spend the time that I need to be able to compete at the level that I want to compete at. I've been in the pool since I was 6 years old. It's not an easy sport to just pick up and start doing, but if you have the dedication to do it, you can do it just fine.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Alyssa Marks is the new pitcher. She's played at first base. She's played at third base. And now she's on the mound. And it looks like Lydia Parker, who came in to pinch hit for Graceland Jones, is now at third. Had a lot of changes from these Busco Eagles, and the changes haven't quite stopped. Addison Klotz, the catcher, leads things off. Bounces it up the middle. Bobbled at short. Throw comes to first, and it gets away. That will be a hit, but diving back into first is Klotz. She's safe. Definitely give her a hit there. She would have beat the throw to first. There was an error there. It didn't come till after Klotz had reached base, though. A little courtesy run for her. That'll be Scarlett Gillingham. She was a courtesy runner earlier. Shelby Gick reporting the change to the home plate umpire.
Klopfenstein will come on and hit. Klopfenstein, the batter for the Warriors, going on. The batter on at first base.
Adeline Klopfenstein on to pinch hit. Batting in the spot once occupied by Brianna Noble. Swing and a miss. Klopfenstein got a big secondary lead there off of first base.
New batter for the Warriors.
Or, excuse me, not Klopfenstein. Gillingham got a big secondary. Klopfenstein's at the plate. You've got the leadoff hitter, Tori Crozier, on deck. There goes the runner. She'll go back, 0-2. Swing and a miss.
One away with the runner aboard. Top of the order will come to the plate. Victoria Cruiser steps in. Warriors with road games on Monday and Tuesday, the 12th and the 13th.
Tori Crozier will hit next, and right now Gick having a little conversation with the umpire. Looks like she's got her answer. Crozier so far 0 for 3 in the game, flown out to center twice. Although last time she flew out to center, the ball went a long way. First pitch swinging, that's a base hit. Didn't go a long way, but she gets the job done.
Crozier goes out to the field, takes the ball into right. Moves up the runner Gillingham to second base. 2 on for the Warriors.
I'll send Jade Listy to the plate.
You see the batter with the pair on.
Listy walked her last time up, eventually came around to score. That was on the RBI triple by Alexi Metzger. She takes that one for a called strike on the corner. Oh, 1 on the way, and Listy takes it outside. Ball 2. Big jump for Gillingham over at second, but she gets back to the bag. No throw. I've got the Warriors as having 11 hits. That's on the corner for a called strike. Infield creeps in, and that's called strike 3 on the corner.
2 gone with the pair on for the Warriors. Gillingham.
That'll send Alyssa Harvey to the plate. Harvey 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. She also walked and scored, and they're going to intentionally walk Harvey.
We'll give an intentional pass to load the bases for the Warriors. That'll bring up Lexi Metzger for the Warriors.
Interesting that call comes with 2 outs, and already had a force play in order at third. We see the intentional walk quite a bit, but now a walk to Metzger would be one more run for the Warriors.
Bases full for the
Oh, we have a pinch hitter.
Harvey, third, second, and first. Bases full.
Pinch hitter is Elsie Crowder, the freshman. First pitch she takes is a strike. We'll see if Crowder goes in as a defensive replacement for Metzger in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss. That was in the dirt, and the count goes to 0-2. Slap foul, and Crowder will stay alive. Woodlan will have tomorrow off, but they're back at it on Monday, going to Antwerp, Ohio. This ball is laced down the line. It's going foul, and it drops harmlessly. So everybody will have to go back to their previous base. Off the screen. Got the strikeout, and the inning comes to an end. Well, it's 5-2. Woodlan will look to close it out in the 7th. Churubusco looking for a rally when we return on this broadcast of high school softball on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Now I'm in here working out, and it's helped me get stronger, so I know that's going to help building my muscle, being able to power through defenders, get in the lane, be more confident, finishing at the basket through contacts. When you know you're in here putting the work in, it makes it easier for you to go on the court.
We go to the top of the 7th. The Warriors looking to close it out. They did lose a doubleheader. They split a doubleheader with Jay County on Saturday. Won the first game, lost the second game, but they beat Leo last night. So the Warriors trying to make it a 2-game winning streak, as Emmenheiser does remain out there on the bump for the Woodlan Warriors. It was scheduled to be Jalen Shively, but we might have a pinch hitter here. Or check that, a new entry into the ball game. Not really a pinch hitter. This is Jalen Rossworm, number 19. She came in as a defensive replacement for Shively. First pitch was a ball. That one's called on the corner. On the ground to short. Crozier the throw in time. Crozier has done well over there at short. She makes the play for the first out of the 7th. Word that it's Casey Reed over there at first base now, and Elsie Crowder at second. Shelby Tigner, the batter. She takes a first pitch strike. Tigner started this game at second and moved behind the plate as the game went on. 0-1 the count here. It's rally cap time for the Eagles. Warriors trying to close it out. That ball's popped up behind the plate and caught. Klotz makes the catch, and she just avoided the loose bat right in front of her foot.
Makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up and 2 gone in the 7th.
That was looking like danger. That bat was right in front of her, and Klotz, her eyes would have had to have been on the ball the whole time. We'll see if we can't show this to you on our replay in just a second. First pitch is a strike. That's Bree Hosted. Here's a look at the replay, the catch by Klotz. You don't see the bat there because of our scoreboard, but she came very close to it and just avoided stepping on it, slipping over it, tripping over it, whatever the case might be. She gets the second out of the inning. Count 1-1 here on Hosted. The 0-1 on the way, on the ground to second. Crowder. Only ball hit to her. It's the last ball hit this game. Woodlan is the winner. 5-2 at your final.
Get the win 5-2. The Eagles go down in order. No runs, no hits, still that's on board. 5-2 win by the Woodlan Warriors over the Churubusco Eagles at Warrior Field. For the Woodlan Warriors in the ball game.
The Woodlan Warriors go to 18-2 on the season, beating Churubusco 5-2. Busco falls to 11-7 on the season. Well, it's time to announce our Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game. One of those is going to be Peyton Emmenheiser. Came on and pitched 5 2/3 innings. Shut out Busco after they scored the game's first 2 runs. Got 3 strikeouts en route to that. And also Casey Reed goes 2 for 3 with a sac fly and an RBI single, and also a run scored. Addison Klotz, 2 for 2 with a solo homer and a single. So Klotz, Reed, and Emmenheiser are your PSM players of the game. And that's going to do it from here at Woodland High School in Woodburn, Indiana. For everybody at Summit City Sports, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Woodland High School. The Warriors win it 5-2 over Churubusco. You've been watching high school softball on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.